One of the things that I find most fascinating is the birth of things and how they come about. Like the Toll House cookie. I've done videos on Ruth Wakefield in her Toll House from the 1930s and how Nestle came in and wondered, why is this woman using so many of their chocolate bars in her restaurant? Well, they were to discover that she was chopping them up and putting them into chocolate chip cookies. And they tasted some and said, ay caramba, these things are delicious. And they bargained with her to buy the rights to use the recipe on their bags of chocolate chip morsels for the grand sum of providing her with a lifetime supply of chocolate chips for her restaurant. What a deal. Maybe, maybe not. I stumbled across some information about that Doritos has now far surpassed any other snack food to become the #1 snack food in America, and possibly growing into worldwide too. Probably blame us for a lot of the diabetes and obesity epidemic. Thank you, Pepsi Cola, and your Frito-Lay division. Okay, I'm nice. I'm okay. We have to be personally responsible for our snacking choices, right? But I did wonder about the history of Doritos because they've been around a long time, but I don't remember them as a kid. I certainly remember Frito-Lay with their Fritos corn chips, okay? And these were chips that were made out of cornmeal and fried, okay? And that's what I remember, the little packages in my little lunch bag off for elementary school. And they were pretty good. I even remember the jingle that ended in 1971 for Frito-Lay's Fritos. It was featuring the Frito Bandito. Ay, 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 ay. I am the Frito Bandito. I guess that was culturally inappropriate. So that hit the boards. Anyway, when I started looking into Doritos, did you know when Disneyland opened in 1955, they had several sub-parks that formed the whole theme park, the tropical jungle. They had It's a Small World, I believe. Well, that probably wasn't around till the early 60s, but they did have Frontierland, which was the Wild West area where they would have periodic staged fake bank robberies and thugs being shot off of roofs and stuff. It was supposed to be a pretty fun part of the park. Well, they had a food concession there, and it was owned by Frito-Lay. And it was called, what was the Casa de Fritos? And I'm sure that they served up the corn chips that were produced by Frito-Lay. But they also served tortillas and tacos with tortillas and Mexican food, which is very popular in Southern California. Well, they would purchase these tacos from a company called Alex Foods of Southern California. Well, one day when one of the salesmen in the early days of the restaurant came through and said, "Hey, you know what? Why are you throwing away all these tortillas?" Well, at the end of the day, they're stale. We can't use them anymore. And he had the idea, look, you have Fritos here, which is a fried corn snack. Why don't you go ahead and cut up these tortillas into triangles, 8 triangles or 6 triangles per round tortilla, and fry them up and give them a whirl. I mean, prior to that, that was kind of unheard of. You know, tacos were used, soft tacos, to just wrap up meat and fillings and things. So this was something very novel. Okay, well, obviously the concept caught on gangbusters within the Disney park, and Frito-Lay came about in 1964. They more formalized their relation with Alex Food because Alex Food started producing these fried tortillas for Casa de Fritos. And Frito-Lay came and contracted with Alex Food. You guys go ahead and produce these fried tortilla chips. And in 1964, the Doritos brand was born. Now, they did not have the nacho cheese that we think today, okay? probably lightly salted and put out, but people absolutely flipped for them and they loved them and the volumes went through the roof. Well, some people are pretty smart, salespeople and other stuff, and they can connect the dots, just like Ray Kroc did with McDonald's, and wondering why are they serving such a high volume of of food out of this restaurant, and found that their secret was fast service, cheap prices, and just move it out. So salesmen are often the ones that find the marketing angle or the business angle to take it big time. Well, Frito-Lay prospered, and in 1971 they introduced the the nacho cheese flavored one. And well, Doritos really took off. We have salsa verde, we have ranch, we have all the habanero, the hotties, every kind of flavor under the sun. And you know what? We owe it all to the Mickey Mouse connection at Disneyland in 1955. So there you go. Did Mickey Mouse invent Doritos? Well, he didn't himself, but he certainly, as creator, certainly had a hand in that. Hooray for Doritos.